In this tutorial, we're going to be focusing on the second technique of the three-part series that we're doing to create space in a mix using EQ and processing. If you haven't already seen the parent video, which talks about the importance of creating space in a mix, you can check that in the description below. Or you can watch the first and third video in the description below. So first we used EQ, and now we're going to take this EQ off just for this part of the video, and we're going to focus solely on using sidechain compression. By now, most of you probably know what sidechain compression is, but a lot of people only use sidechain compression on their kick drums with their bass. You can use it on other instruments as well. So what we're going to do is use a compressor to compress the pad sound so that the lead can punch through a little bit better. Put a compressor onto our pad sound, and I'm going to put it after the reverb. And the reason I do that is because I want to be compressing the reverb as well, because the pad is a very reverberated pad. There's going to be a lot of wet signal coming through that has a lot of reverb on it. So I'm going to use the compressor after. You don't always have to do that. You can put the compressor before, but the tail end of the reverb is still going to be not compressed, and it's going to leak through as well. Then we just open up our compressor, we put the sidechain on, audio from, and we choose our synth lead. As we're reducing the threshold, we're going to hear a difference in volume. The key with this sidechain compression is that we don't necessarily want to overly hear what we're compressing. It's more so just to create a little bit of room so that it's not really noticeable that we're compressing something, but it is noticeable once you remove the compression. So let's go ahead and do that. Just a few decibels of gain. So with the compression on and off. Adjusting your attack and release times can have your sidechaining a little bit tighter together with the sound that's pushing through. Because the sound is ducking underneath the sound that's coming through, if you can adjust the attack and release times to be very close to the length of the sound that you're pushing through for the sidechain compression, then it can be even less audible and less noticeable. It's very subtle, but you're giving that lead instrument a little bit more room to punch through that pad instrument. Because they are competing a little bit for the same frequencies, you're giving it that extra room it needs to lay on top of the pad and punch through the mix just a little bit better. You could go one step further and use the equalizer and the filter settings to create even more precise sidechaining dynamics. That's something that we'll cover in depth in the next video using a multi-band dynamics. So make sure to check the description, and we'll see you in the next video.